So just using my Paleo Santo right now, just cleansing energies. I really love Palo Santo, so you can buy Palo Santo from any of your spiritual shops or online. Palo Santo, I just instantly shifts my energy. I use it every single day. I use it in here. I use it on Aurora. Palo Santo gets rid of all negative energies, but it leaves the good. So you can see that lighting. If you use sage, sage gets rid of all energies, like, so it'd be a complete wipe. So normally when you're cleansing something from like maybe a brand new house you're going into, you might want a sage. I don't particularly love the smell of sage. I do have it. It is smokier. This one I do love. I got this from my medicine man. So this is called Cypress, and it's from, and you guys might be able to get it up in Queensland, but cypress wood. It's a completely different sweet smell. It takes a lot to light though. And it feels so uplifting. It literally makes me tingle. Like it just, and then I read what, was it you, Elise, who posted a cypress? No, was it was one of the Michelle's, and I've got a list on it. It just really, I love it. It just smells so divine. So I've just put some oils on as well. When I normally do healings, I'll ask the person to smell an oil, and then I'll put it on my hands before I put hands on them. I just love it. And same with attunements. I forgot to do it before, but so yeah, these are some of the things that I use in my space to ground, to clear, just to feel better. But yeah, cypress is, oh, it just makes me happy. Like it makes me feel happy. So if you need a bit more happy in your life, I recommend trying to get some cypress. Alrighty, let's get back into it. So even if Katie and Crystal aren't back, they'll be able to watch it. So we've done asking our soul yes and no's. We've done that before. So I normally teach that if you guys ever want to get to teaching stage, it's something that I definitely teach all Reiki students, is to tap into their higher self, into their yes and no's, because it also helps you be a really good conduit of knowing, what's a block, what's a yes, what's a no. It also helps you get into spaces and understanding, like when you're doing hands-on healing and you're really just connecting with somebody, your intuition will take place. Like you'll go, oh, I need to put my hands on their hips or their back or their shoulder, following that. And in this book on page 11, it does go through some of the spiritual anatomy. So if you don't have the secret body, which I do, as I said, recommend you get, you can just go through some of this. So this is some of the stuff that I innately do a lot. So for those of you who don't know, left side is feminine and right side is masculine. So if you're being drawn to one side of the body or the other, or it's feeling like one side's, they're not aligned, that might be them out of balance with their masculine and feminine. So then I just have the intention of them coming back into using both sides of themselves. It can also mean as well, so maybe they've got issues with the left side of their body, the right side of the body, they might be having issues with a female person in their life or a male person. You can ask these questions if you feel aligned to. When I start doing an actual hands-on session, I'd have them laying on the bed. I would get my pendulum and I would test their chakras, and I'd talk them through it and be like, oh, do you know about chakras? I'm just going to test your energy centers, if you prefer me to call them that, and see where's blocked and where's not. Then I would get them to close down their eyes, put some oils on my hand, and I always start at the head. So if you imagine that I was behind them, my hands would be like this, and they'd be shaping their head. So you can't do it that way, but I'd be shaping their head. So I start there. And I'd really just center. That's the time that I call in my heart space. I acknowledge Dr. Yusui, the highest goods, my masters past and present. That's how I do my ritual. I center myself as I center them on the bed with my hands around their head. And I take a couple of breaths so I just get into alignment. Like I kind of get tingles. Like that's how I know that I'm in alignment. And that's where I spend that 1 or 2 seconds, whatever it calls. Sometimes I will actually call in, just on my own intuition, other Reiki masters to help me do the healing. So I can actually, or sometimes I'll just be there. I'll feel like there's other people helping. Whether you do or don't, that's fine. But it's just acknowledging the respect of the practice. So I start here. I then will move, and I did this on a little girl the other day, not a little girl, she was 16, and I actually said these things out loud. I put my hands, so if you imagine my hands would be this way, but I placed my hands, just nicely cup them over the eyes, and I said to her, just imagine that you are now being able to, as soon as my hands come off, see everything that's bright and glorious in your life, that you are no longer drawn to looking for the negative. You're opening your eyes to all the positives that are in your world. So I have that intention when I put hands over the eyes. I then do the same with the ears. So it's almost like, with the eyes, I almost imagine it like horses with blinkers. Like now they're blinkered to all the negative, like we're opening them up to seeing the best in their world, because so many of us look for the negative. So that's what I do with eyes. With ears, same thing. I cup them over the ears. And if I'm doing this on an adult, I probably don't say it out loud, but I really wanted this 16-year-old to feel the energy and know what I was talking about. I was like, now you're only going to hear not only your internal dialogue positively, but everything on your external world, you're going to hear all the good. You're going to let it in. You're going to hear all the good things. So it's really reframing and putting some positive language into it. Is that traditional Reiki? No. Do you have to do it? No, but that's how I do it. I love it when I do it with kids, to explain the intention behind the eyes, the ears. And then when you come out of a session, like everything's just brighter anyway. So yeah, that's how I would start. I normally start that. Sometimes I tip their head to the side so I can slide my head just behind the base of their head, just like really cup the base of their head. So I'll start like, sides of the head, eyes, ears, under, and then I'll move and I'll intuitively go. So on pages, where is it? I'm just going to skip forward for a second, guys. On page 19, it's got a little demonstration of how hands should be placed. So when you're doing throat, like I said before, just be gentle around people's throats. Some people have had trauma around it, so you just want to be really gentle. When you're doing women for boobs, you don't want to be going across their chest. You want to be going just under the bust, or gently, you can in between and here, or just across here. So just, obviously asking. I don't mind where people touch me. I don't really care. But, being polite of people, just making sure that you're putting hands resting, not just grab. Same with the base chakra. So I'll just stand up and show you though. So they're saying just here and here. I'll normally, and especially if you're doing it for guys, not have a look at, but here and here. So just either side. This does the base as well. I'm going to be getting, so it's either like here, but I prefer just hands on that top part of the, just there and there. That feels comfortable for me when I'm doing base chakra. So you're not getting anybody's bits, right? Charge a lot more if you're doing that kind of service. Okay, guys? It's a little Nicole joke in there. So yeah, so on that page, it's got that there. And if you ever feel like you need to know more about it, but I go with my intuition. Like I have them laying on the bed and I just do wherever. We're going to learn a symbol after this, but traditional Reiki is not on a hand. So when somebody's laying on the bed, sometimes I'll grab their hand and I'll draw a symbol. So you're going to learn chakra ray in a minute, but you can draw anything. You could draw the Om symbol. You could draw the infinity, the sideways 8. You could be drawing the divine cross, because that's beautiful energy, and giving it. So sometimes I'll feel, or I'll just hold their hand and imagine energy transferring in, and then I'll put it to their heart. Same thing on the other side. I'll work down their legs a little bit, just like hands, and then I'll go to feet. Now it's up to you whether you want to touch feet or not, but you can just place them over the top of the feet, or you can cup the feet and really ground them so that they're feeling that energy as well. But if you've got a feeling, a sense in your body, so for me, when I start tapping into people, I can feel what's going on in their body. So I can feel if they've got a shoulder pain. I can feel if they've got a headache. I can feel if their jaw's hurting. And so I'll go back to that place if that needs more energy. And then you just, talk them through it afterwards, like what you feel, like what did you do? Questions on this so you understand, because it's really hard, like we're actually not having a demo. For those of you who've had Reiki, you kind of understand because you've actually had it done. Is it making sense to you, Elise? Yeah, cool. Yeah, it's like a massage, but not massage. It's just touch. It's just, placing on different places. Yeah. So yeah, understanding. So in here, page 11 and 12, it's got a bit more about spiritual anatomy. And you can come back to this if you want. You're like, oh yeah, heart's about love and relationships, feet's about creativity. being able to dance and, you know, run. Thigh is a good one, freedom. I always can feel if somebody feels stuck in their drivers, like just on their thighs. And when I'm doing Reiki, I'm like, oh, they're super stuck. And so, and like, again, my intention will be like, freeing it up so they've got the choice to move. So it's a really interesting one.
Nicole, can I just ask a question? I know some people, when they do Reiki, they'll actually put crystals on the chakras. Do you just intuitively choose a crystal for the chakras, or is there ones that work better on the different chakras?
I would intuitively use them. That's just me. So I'm all about intuition. I mean, you could go Google that and find. I will sometimes place crystals around them, sometimes on them. But for me, I have a fairly big one, black onyx, and I'll put that at their feet. So this takes away negative energies. And so you can cleanse that as well. But that I always put at their feet because you want to be drawing everything out. That's just my interpretation of that. Then I've got a couple of big rose quartzes. I would put a rose quartz on a heart because that taps into love. So yeah, that's what I would particularly use. And then the rest, wherever, I've got this beautiful one and I can get the name of it. I'm going to let Aurora in a sec. This one is for, I might get people to hold it. I'll have to look it up. I can't, I've got a book of it somewhere, but it's literally for calming down. Like it's for focus and calming. Come on. Quick, quick. So I have to look that one up. But yeah, this one I just fell in love with. Are you coming in? Aurora's in now. So this is, I will actually give it. It's not shut, baby. Good. It's not shut. It's not shut. I didn't shut it. She has a phobia of doors being shut. Yeah, this one here is for like anxiety as well. So I'll give this to kids if they I can't remember what it's called. What do you reckon it is? What do you reckon it is, Jolie?
Sorry, it looks like soda light.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, so for like anxiety, focus and calming.
Yeah.
So yeah, and then just whatever people need. So let's get into the sacred Reiki symbol. Someone's happy chappy. I can do that. So the traditional Reiki symbols that you learn were only passed on masters to masters, but you can literally go and Google them now. So I would honestly go Google the Shoku Rei and print it and laminate it and put it. It's a protection symbol. So when we draw the 7, so it is drawn as a 7, so it's 1, 2, and then you draw the circles 1, 2, 3, and it goes 3, 6, 9, 3, 7, 9, 3, 7, 9. I always get that wrong. 3, 7, 9. It's a protection symbol. So it's literally, and I'll do this on people all over, especially at their crown. It's cutting through the crap. If you imagine that, and then letting the energy in. Yeah. Beautiful. Yeah. Visualization. Do you want to say hello to everybody? No. Oh, you've done a poo. You smell delicious. That's great. Yeah. Yes. No. You want this one? Sure. Okay, off you go. Bye. Go. No. Okay, thanks. She needs a nappy change. So yeah, so Shoku Rei. So please practice drawing this now everywhere, like on your pages, and then we'll get into it. So yeah, this is the masculine way, the 7. It can actually be drawn on the flip side, so drawing the 7 backwards again, and that would be feminine. But yeah, drawing that symbol in the air, in your room, it can cut through energy, it can lift your spirits, it can vitalize energy, and then we're going to do it somewhere else just so you can feel it. This is the power symbol as well, guys. So this one can be done anywhere. You can do it in your kids' clothes. You could do it on a letter or in a resume. You could do it on your, a rental application. Do it on anything. You can send it to people. But when we're doing it, we're also saying it. So it's Shoku and Rei as we do it. So every time we draw it, we also say it within our head. So Shoku Rei, the activator symbol of all the Reiki symbols. It's the power one. It's the most, apart from the masters, but yeah, it's a really powerful symbol. So what I want you to do now is just get your palm and do the 7, and then just do 3 swirls. 1, 2, 3, and then place your other hand on top and just see what you feel. If you feel something, cool. If you don't, that's cool, but you should. I'd like you to. I wish you do. And then just like kind of brush your hands. And then do it again. So then do the 7, and then do 7 swirls. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then hold. It should feel different. Crystal's giving me her eyes. Yeah, I can't move my eyebrows because I've had Botox. And then scrub again. And then do 9. Do the 7 and do 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then hold. Can everyone jump off mute and tell me what you feel?
I felt a heat with the 7 circles.
Yeah.
Like a warmth. And then I felt a tingle with the 9,
yeah.
like through the whole of my palm.
Beautiful. It should intensify it. That's the whole aim of it. 3, 6, 9 intensifies that feeling. What about you, Jolene? What did you feel?
Yeah, so same as Crystal. By the time I got to the 9 one, it was I wasn't sure if I was supposed to actually have my hands touching or apart. So I had them apart at 9, but the tingling, like it was, I don't know, it was like there was a static energy between the 2 hands. So yeah.
Yeah, I got tingles all over. Like, that's amazing. What about either Katie? 1 or 2, doesn't matter. Do you feel?
Yeah, I felt the heat. Well, I didn't really feel anything that first time, but then I just did 3, and then I didn't have my hands together, and I felt the heat. So I feel the energy more so when I don't touch.
Yes, yeah, when you just hover. Yes, correct. Beautiful. And Katie Nichols, how'd you go?
Like a shaking, vibrating sensation.
Love it. And Elise, how'd you go?
At first I didn't feel much, but then I just kept doing it while you were all talking, and I felt heat, like Katie said. Katie, out like the heat when I hover, but not when I touch. I don't feel anything, but when I hover, I feel heat.
Beautiful. I love that. I love the interpretation. Getting tingles everywhere, guys. I love it. It's such a powerful thing, and we all have it. Like, I don't know why it's just not shared and talked about more. So that's why I didn't take it out of the course. I was like, nope, I have to keep sharing this. It's really powerful. And to use it just even on yourselves and in your energetic states. Like, you don't always have to be like, hey, come in for a Reiki session. It becomes a part of you. With your faith and just who you are, how you hold yourself. So it's so powerful. What was I going to say? Yeah, I used to have a laminated one. I don't know where it is, but yeah, on my front door. So it's protection energy. Like, I think it's really cool to have these things. And it's also just, it's our intention. It's our belief. It's what we're manifesting. So if we can put goodness in all parts of our worlds, why would we not? So that is your first symbol. Practice it all over different places and spaces. We can do it in your healings. You can do it on yourself. The aim is now, and they say 21 days, but look, like, who really holds a thing for 21 days? I would love you if you did 5 minutes on yourselves every single day for the next 7 days. I think that's important. I'm going to send you a chakra tune-up. It's 7 minutes, so you can either do that one, and it actually, so each chakra also has a I love it, a tingle. It doesn't have a tingle, has a sound, has a vibration. So there's like and there's actually like different ones. So I'm going to send you that. It's 7 minutes, and they play the different frequencies. So beautiful. So even if you just did that for the next 7 days, and then I would honestly love if each of you would do like a 5-minute swap on each other. So book in time, like even say, hey, I'm just going to do what Nicole did. And I'm going to say, I'm putting hands on your crown chakra right now, hands on your heart chakra, you're imagining green. So have a practice, but swap with every single person. So not just once, every single person. 5 minutes, like 5 minutes each. If you've got 5 minutes, you know, like your accountability buddies, and you're just going to have a little thing. And it can be done over December. It doesn't have to be like this week, but it will make your intuition and integrate it into your being with more confidence. Yeah. Yeah, cool. And post it in the group, like, hey, I've been practicing this. Oh, I forgot to do it, and now I'm back on the train. You know, it really is such a beautiful part. And it will feel different than you practicing on yourself for 7 days and actually connecting in 5 minutes. Hey, you got 5 minutes? I'm just going to close over your eyes. Imagine, you know, red to the orange to the yellow to the blah, blah, blah. It can be that way. It could be just like you could just guide somebody and say, put your hands there. And then it's also going to practice with your intuition. Like, hey, I felt this when I was doing that for you. Does that make sense? Yeah. So if I was teaching this, guys, and you were in my presence, I would now break you all up. I would have got you to check each other's chakras and then done like 10 minutes each or 20 minutes, depending on how long the day was, on actual hands-on healing with each other to do a treatment, like, so you actually get to practice. So that's how I traditionally teach it. Just in case you guys ever want to know. So with Reiki as well, there's some little things around it. It's a bit similar to breath work. Try and wear kind of light clothing. So I've been wearing white, and I only found this out from another shaman and healer, that white is really good energy. So I didn't really realize that. So when you're doing anything ceremonial, so I feel like when I do Reiki, I should be wearing white. That's just me, or like at least teaching it, or have something in it, because it's like repelling the negative energy and being in that state. It says that you should refrain from alcohol the night before, because that does fuck your system up a little bit. So if you're going to be doing Reiki on somebody, please, like, yeah, I mean, I'm sure one wouldn't hurt, but, you know, don't go get plastered and think that you've got the ability to channel the next day, if that makes sense. And the same with any other, I suppose, any other kind of recreational drugs, because it will throw your balance off. And that's why I love being sober now, because anytime I've had a relapse or done it, like, I can literally feel my inners shake, and I do not feel in alignment with my soul. So that's just my personal preference. Making sure that your obviously hands are nice and clean when you're treating people. Nothing worse. So when I had people come in and I was doing a lot of massage and Reiki, I would literally say, because I don't have a sink in here, I say, I'm just going to go wash my hands. So even if I knew my hands were clean, I would just make a point of it, so they know that when you're coming back, your hands are super clean. And then I would ask them to smell an oil. I personally love the doTERRA oils. I just put on highest potential. Oh my God, so good. I forgot about it. They are expensive, guys. I mean, not doTERRA, sorry. These ones are Young Living. doTERRA I do use as well, but I find the Young Living blends next level. I just do. But if you have a certain oil that you like, but yeah, these are quite expensive. I have heard there's another brand out there that's really, really good, but I can't remember the name of it. So if anybody knows, share in the group. But yeah, so oils help so many different things. I put them on Aurora as well when she's having little things. It's like, oh, I need to buy more grounding. I don't actually have any grounding. Does anybody know what actual oil? Elise might know this. What is good for grounding? The actual, just one of the oils, a blend, or just the actual main one that they use in grounding? Does anybody? I have to look it up. But yeah, I just love using oils, because I'm a real smell person too. Yes, I put balance on it the other day, because I do have balance from doTERRA, but there's a grounding one from Young Living, and I couldn't remember what the main ingredient is. Yeah, it's a different kind of smell, but yeah, balance is good. I did put that on her yesterday.
So the ingredients in balance is spruce, hoewood, frankincense. Frankincense is very grounding.
I think it's frankincense. That's what I said.
Blue tansy, blue chamomile, and osmanthus.
I think it's frankincense I'm thinking about. Yeah, I might even order some of that. So if anybody needs oils, obviously Jolene's probably really good to get it off of, or join up. You know, it doesn't cost, I think, anything to be a member, and you just have to do your orders. But doTERRA is very, very reasonable. I don't know why. I did go back to Young Living. I was using it to start with, and I stopped because I did love doTERRA. But yeah, It says to remove jewelry when doing Reiki, but I actually love it when I'm wearing my bangles, but this could also annoy people. So if you've got somebody who's sensory, maybe on the spectrum or ASD, they don't like a lot of sensory, but I love wearing a lot of beads. And when I'm normally doing my attunements, you can hear the beads clicking. And I don't know if that's just because what my master had on or I like it. I can kind of hear the movement of the symbols and stuff going on. But yeah, completely up to you. But I do love normally wearing a lot of crystals when I'm doing this.
Nicole, question on that one. You know, your smartwatches that have like they would be interfering with energy. My thought was, like, I took mine off today so that it's not interfering with what's going on throughout my body. What's your thoughts on that?
I normally take it off as well. Don't normally wear a smartwatch. I've actually lost mine, and I put a claim into my insurance company. I used to have like $100 excess for accidental damage. So I put the excess up to $250. How rude. Anyway, so yeah, maybe you guys put energy out there and I'll find my watch somewhere today. Don't know where I lost it. But yeah, I do take the watch off. Because we don't want anything disturbing us. Make sure our phones are on silent. There are some beautiful Reiki tracks you can get. So traditional Reiki is 60 minutes to 90 minutes. I could never do 90, but whatever. And traditional Reiki is actually just going through every single spot and holding it for like 3 minutes. I like intuitive Reiki, but if you wanted to, you can get Reiki tracks that have a little ding. So like in 1 minute or 2 minutes or 3 minutes, it tells you like ding, and you just meant to move spots whilst the music's playing, and then ting, which is kind of cute, but I don't particularly use them. It gets in here on page 21, a personal incantation, or and this is where I was saying where I'm at my head. I do my own little one, but there's one in here that says, I call upon Reiki, the universal life force, all angelic beings who've worked with Reiki in the past, especially Dr. Yusui, Madam Takaha, and all my guides, masters, past and present. I draw you to take part in this healing session. I ask that the power and wisdom of Reiki permits me to channel for Reiki unconditional love on behalf of blah, blah, blah. So yeah, I always call it Reiki love. Like, I think it is a beautiful, untapped, unconditional love. Do I use that particular incantation word for word? No, I just do my own. Like, I acknowledge Dr. Yusui, my masters past and present, and I call in all the beautiful energies that are meant to be here in that healing. It also talks about cleansing aura. So sometimes I'll do that. Sometimes I'll just be like, and then I'll just like shake, and I'll be like, so even when I've done attunements before, sometimes I'm just like getting the extra energies off. Some people are so busy, you can feel it in their head. You're like, oh, get that out. Like, just seriously, just be present for a minute, get it out. Or same with their heart, be like, oh, just take that block off. Like, let's just let them open up. So that's something that I'll quite often do, just naturally, like do like a bit of a cleanse and a flick. Just getting ready and any superficial energy. So reactions and sensations that may occur. So they might feel heat, they might feel cold, they might start seeing colors. Some of my clients go straight into transcendent world, and they're like, oh wow, I saw this, and I went into this. Some people have past life flashes. Some people have involuntary movements, so they'll get a little like twitch or something. Some people fall asleep. So if you do it on my wife, Abby will go to sleep. She'll go catatonic. It'd take her 10 minutes to wake up and get out of it. So just bear in mind, if you are going to start adding this to your practice, to your actual business, and you're advertising and you've got your massage bed, just remember that, you know, sometimes you have to talk them back out of it. Okay, the session's done now. You're coming back to the room. You're back on the bed. And sometimes you have to get louder and louder. It has happened to me a couple of times when people have fallen asleep in it. Just bring them back out of it as gentle as you can. It's so normal for people to get digestion rumbling and like almost farty as well, because it really does start moving everything around. Like, those energy centers are really moving, so that's normal. Make sure you give them a big glass of water afterwards to kind of ground them and get them back in. And then what I would do is I would finish off with my pendulum and check all their chakras. And that's the time I'll be like, oh, you can come back in, just taking in some beautiful deep breaths. If you guys have got your hypno voice, like do a little rant, like letting all that energy flow from head to toe, bringing yourself back out of it, just feeling that, you know, land into all the places it needed to go, bringing yourself back into the room, blah, blah, blah. Do something like that. And then just say, you can just lay there on the bed, just even if you want to keep your eyes closed. I'm just going to check your chakras. And then I would like spend some time letting them unpack. So I'd be like, hey, what did you feel? Same as like I just did with your attunements. What did you feel? How did you go? So yeah, it says here, so you may not always have time to spend 90 or 60 minutes conducting Reiki. So a rapid treatment just focuses on all the main chakras, which is what I was talking about, what you guys to do, and it can be done anywhere between 5, 15 and 30 minutes. Just really depends on how quickly you want it to be done. And you can just do it in a chair as well. So if you were actually in person with somebody, so 3 things of homework. So Elisa's actually got to go book in a session with somebody, but it doesn't have to be done like straight away. 2, you're going to be doing your own treatments for 7 days, and I'll send you a little one that you can listen to. And 3, you're going to be connecting to each other. Where was I going with this? Why was I saying this? Oh, 4, the 4th one was that you go and practice this today or tomorrow on somebody that you know, even if it's just 5 minutes. Hey, can I just put my hands in a couple of places and see if they feel it, or draw the symbol in their hands to see if you can have a play with some energy. If you have somebody, like, you don't, it's not a necessity, but it's really, really cool if you can. If you've got somebody that's like, oh my God, I've just learned Reiki today. I'm a Reiki level 1 practitioner. Why would you not? If you are super confident, which I'm sure every single one of you are, you're very welcome to today put a post up there. I'm a Reiki level 1 practitioner. I'm offering sessions. Start charging. Reiki is meant to be more than a massage, guys. So it should be. So if you're doing a 60-minute session for Reiki, it should be more than a massage. So massages here in Adelaide are $100 an hour. So you should be 120 or 130, maybe 150. Because you're starting out, I'll give you an option to offer maybe 1 or 2 at a discount. Say, hey guys, I'm brand new. I've just got my Reiki 1. I'm offering my very first 2 treatments at $60 or something like that, half price. Just so you actually do it. The thing is, if you do it, you'll either 1, love it and want to continue it, like some of the girls have gone back into Reiki in their business, or 2, be like, no, I'm just going to integrate the energy work in my business. I might not actually want to do it. Does that make sense? Or you could even offer like a little one. You're like, hey guys, I've just learned Reiki, but I'm offering like rapid treatments for 30 minutes for $30 or something like that. And they can sit in a chair. You don't actually have to have a bed. You could just be doing it like behind and across, so you don't have to go purchase a bed. Any questions on all of that? So there's a little bit of business coaching in here as well as I'm teaching. Yep, go Katie.
Yeah, so my question is, so we're Reiki 1 level.
Yep, today.
Yes.
Correct.
So then what's the difference between going out there and doing Reiki,
yep,
and charging that $130 if we're only Reiki level 1? Like, what's the difference between doing it?
Traditionally, there's no different to me, like doing what I learned at level 1 on a person to level 3. Level 3 means I can teach it. Level 3 means I have the master symbol and I've got more experience. So I'm actually like showing you the ways and things that I've done. The difference between level 1 and level 2, like nobody ever asks, like unless they're in the know. Like you just say, I'm a Reiki practitioner now. I'm Reiki and I'm certified. So level 2, you just have a little bit more knowledge of the anatomy, more experience. You've gone out and done it, and so maybe your interpretations or your intuition's a little stronger. Yeah, by sure, then you probably would be raising your prices. You might be going, hey, I'm worth $200 a session now because I actually get profound, realizations and shifts. I've actually unleashed my intuition, and I get readings in between. So yeah, so you starting off on the base. Are you doubting your pricing? Is that what you're asking?
Yeah, I was just wondering what the sort of difference is. Like, if we're doing Reiki on them, what are we doing different from Reiki 1 to Reiki 2?
Nothing much. You just have a second symbol, but the actual treatment itself should be exactly the same. Yeah. Lay on the bed, hands on healing. Exactly. Even me, somebody says, Nicole, can I have a Reiki treatment? I've obviously added it into my way now. I don't want to book an hour. I just wouldn't. It's just not in my thing. I would say, oh, I've got other people that do it and they're cheaper than me. But I occasionally gift it or do it on people that like other practitioners that I really like, and I'll do it the way that I explained. So I'll do a pendulum, a card reading, a bit of intuition, and I might do half an hour. But that's just how I do it. But when I traditionally was adding it as a service to my business, I would advertise it at 30 or hour lots, and I'd put a price to it.
Thank you.
And then with my kids, I just kind of add it in. So if I'm doing a kids session and, you know, they're here and I feel like they wanted to try Reiki, I've actually done it with kids, like laying down, like on the Zoom. Like I've got a guy in Darwin, and he loves it. He's an energetic being. So yeah, just I would love you to play with it with kids. Like kids just get it. And you can make it a game. So Belinda, who's in the group, she makes hers a ball. So she puts all that energy and so you imagine a ball's in front of you, and I don't know how she explains it, and then they get to, when they're ready, put that beautiful energy healing ball into their body, and they feel it like flow. So an orb, that's right. So focusing on an orb right in front of you, and making it colors and putting the energy into it. So there is no right or wrong when it comes to Reiki. Like you can really start adding your own intuition and energetic work, and some of the stuff that you learn in your energetic workshop will be coming through. You're like, oh, I might want to do it this way. Does that make sense? Yeah, Julie. Yeah.
So can I ask, so once you do some work and you notice that there are some blockages, it's just a matter of then speaking into that area to release the blockage? Is that kind of what you're doing, or is it then having a discussion with them so that they know what's required for that block to be released?
Both. So as you become a more experienced, just trusting your intuition. That's the first thing. Just go out and do. That's why I've set you a challenge to put it out there, because some people will learn something and then sit on it for ages and not use it, and then it becomes like almost wasted. So the thing is, why not use it? Why not put it out there? Why not do a couple before Christmas, you know? And then trust your intuition, you know? Be like, oh, I really felt that that your body needed a lot of energy around your hips and your back. And so say if I was working on my mum, and then I could look into it, like there's a lot of emotion stuff, but that's where her pain is. Like she's got a lot of arthritis in her hips and her back, but what's going through that? And then if they're open to it, you can open that discussion up by looking in the book and blah, 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 and helping them unpack it. So traditional Reiki doesn't need to be, though. It is just silent, and the energy will go. You have a trust the energy will go and heal where it needs to go. But your intuition starts really picking up when we start using Reiki. So yeah, it's a beautiful time. And I always love to ask them first, like, what did you feel? What came up, what sensations? And then it gives me time to unpack, and I can say different things. Like I said, for Crystal, felt suck. I felt like Katie needed to shake. They resonate with them because whatever I'm saying, they're going to put their own interpretation on it and go, oh, yeah, that could mean this. So it's also that trust. People that are looking for Reiki are looking for that connection. They're looking for that. I want to know more. I want to heal something. So whatever you're putting out for them, doesn't even matter what you're saying, really. I mean, I know we are being genuine and honest, but everyone would interpret their own thing from their own way. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Any questions? I know it's a lot to take in, but literally level 1 is learning Shoku-rei, knowing that you can put hands on people like you've had it done before, and conduct it, put some beautiful music on. I'll send you my play track of energetic healing, and getting 2 attunements and a certificate. And that's enough. Like really that is a lot of energy, and that's enough for level 1. Level 2, we go into practicing more, doing the actual hands-on healing, really using pendulums, learning more about the chakras as well, diving deep into body anatomy so you can interpret it, and trusting intuition more. I do a lot of card reading in like Reiki too, so people get used to intuitively reading cards, not just going to the book. Okay, well, what does this mean? Well, you've picked that up, and I can see in this whatever your card is, like there's a beautiful butterfly, which means you at the moment you're in a stage of growth and change. You're going to spread your wings. Using that kind of stuff really helps, and thinking about that, then using that for kids. Like there's so many cool cards that you can use, like spirit animal cards. So I always think when I learn something, how am I going to use this in my business, and where am I going to play with it? Where am I going to make it my own? So have a curiosity about it as well. Yes, I think I've gone through most of the stuff that I wanted to go through today, guys. So yeah, it does say to do it for 21 days, but And it says, yeah, doing it as little as 3 minutes on yourself, 3 to 5 minutes is perfect. So I'm saying just do that for 7. One person was actually told if they didn't do it for 21 days, they weren't a practitioner anymore. I'd never heard that before. I think once you're attuned to the energy, I think that you just are. That's my belief. I did have one lady I met at a workshop that I was at, and she's like, oh, I never do Reiki unless I get permission. And I was like, oh, that's interesting concept. And I was like, well, I give away Reiki Love all the time. Like I send it to people that I see in the street, homeless people, nurses that are working their butts off. I send it. And she's like, oh no, like that's unethical. And I was like, well, I don't believe it's unethical. It's not it's in alignment with my soul, because I'm sending it for the highest good, for their highest good. For her, it was unethical because her superpower was that if she connected into somebody, she actually got a full download. So she was psychic. So she would get all their information, their internal world, like she would get a lot of stuff. And I don't particularly get that when I'm doing just sending it. And so for her, it was highly unethical because she didn't want to delve into somebody's stuff without asking their permission. So there's just all different little things. You just got to find your own way with it. Yeah. But you find the more you practice it, the more your intuition picks in and the more things start coming up for you, like, oh, good. Is everybody ready for their next attunement? Yeah, yay. So we're going to do this as a collective, and we're going to imagine the group and really intensify. So I'm going to take my time really stepping through it, but imagining each and every one of you stepping into your Reiki level 1 power. So when I just say, I'm behind you now, just imagine that energy coming in. I'm going to tap into each and every one of you while I'm doing it, but it'll be as a group. And then I'll say right hand, left hand, same thing. Yes, but I'll really take my time putting those symbols in. Okay, just taking in a nice couple of deep breaths, hands in heart space in prayer position. Closing over eyes. Letting the singing bowls vibrate through your body, letting that energy, you can already feel it without it even starting. I want you to imagine that your body is a portal and it's so open to leveling up to wherever it's meant to go, trusting the infinite wisdom that is Reiki to heal. Letting those vibrational shifts happen without even trying. Taking a nice collective deep breath together. And breathing out and surrendering. Letting your shoulders drop. Feeling me behind you. Cleansing the aura. Making room for the symbols. And letting them come through. Just imagining that ball of energy going right through the crown chakra, penetrating through. Breathing in that energy. Feeling me in front of you now. And placing out the right palm. in a breath, bringing that hand back to heart space, placing out the left hand. Bringing hands back together to heart space. Taking a deep breath in and hands all the way above the head. Bringing it down. Feeling yourself come back into alignment. Let the wisdom in me be the wisdom in each and every one of you. Namaste. Just taking a moment to really bask in that energy. And only when you're ready, taking a few deep breaths, letting that go all the way into your body. And coming back as Reiki practitioners. Well, I don't know about you guys, but that was way more powerful than doing them individually. Like, I just was literally electrified. It's very, very cool. It was definitely a different energy shift by diving in and doing it as a collective. I really, really loved that. Just let's go around and see how you guys all felt. Start off with Crystal.
I felt massive energy. Like, it was crazy all around me and all in me. And I had a pain in my shoulder and in my eardrum, which was different. And then when towards the end, it all just went away.
Beautiful. Well, my shoulder's always sore, so maybe you're tapping into me. So
maybe. Thank you.
That's right. Katie L, how did you go?
Yeah, I felt that was more powerful as a collective.
Yeah, I did too. Like, wow, that was crazy. I just went with my intuition. I also did it a little different. So traditionally, it's the 4 symbols in each spot, but I got to the second palm and I decided to do the symbols twice over. And then I got to the second palm and I did them 3 times. So I don't know, just went with my intuition with that. And it just like electrified. It was really freaking huge. So, oh, so good. So good. Jolene?
Yeah, no, that was really good. It was weird because it kind of felt like you were actually here. Like I could feel, it was like, you know, when someone moves, you can feel the wind, like the hand movement. So it was like someone was there actually moving. Like it fully felt like you were actually in the room. So yeah, it's
so glad. It's been my experience too, like really connecting into your energy, and I just didn't know how it would transpose over the internet, but it obviously does. So I'm super proud about that, and yeah, it's just amazing. Attachment. Hats off to everybody that's allowing and surrendering to feel the energy and be in that space too. Katie Ann, how did you go?
Feeling really grounded.
Yes, I love that. I love that. And Elise, how did you go, my sweetheart?
Yeah, really good. I can't explain like a particular feeling, but I just felt really into, like, I could hear the sounds really like just I could feel this rising up feeling. I don't know. Yeah.
It's good. Unpack as well. So there's a lot of energy jam-packed into that, you know, few short hours. But yeah, it's such a beautiful, powerful energy that I've just continued with me. Like, it stayed with me, and no matter what part. I've been a Reiki healer master since 2014 or 15, I think. And I just bring it into every single place and space. Sometimes I do little symbols on kids when they, especially when I was in the disability unit too. Like I had one kid that was delusional, like he was, on a lot of medications. And so I would just literally be doing energy work. Like I think it's a beautiful, powerful thing. And if your belief and your integrity is behind it, then why would we not be putting good energy back out into the world, right? Just a different way of doing it, a different intention. So yeah, I'm going to add the why I think about it. Oh, it's 11:11 in my time, not in your old time. What am I looking for? It's a YouTube. Otherwise, I'll forget to do it. 7 minutes. Oh, and the other one that I do love to listen to, I don't know if you guys have ever, that's 8 minutes. Have any of you guys ever listened to Paul Santisi? There's one that I normally like get people to listen to in Reiki Level 1 as well, is I Am. It's cool. So Paul Santisi, I Am. And it's a really cool one for you guys to all listen to. I am is one of the most powerful statements that you can make, is I am this. And he has got a collective. So if you listen to it with your headphones, it's like his voice, but it's a multitude of layers of his voice.
Nicole, how do you spell his last name?
I'll find it for you guys. I'll just add it in the group. I don't know how to spell. It'll come up.
I think I used to do that all the time, like over a year ago. What you just said, the name doesn't ring a bell, but the way you described it, that was powerful, really powerful.
There's another one in there called I Am too, so I haven't listened to that one. Yeah. I love it. So I love those I am affirmations. I find them really, really powerful. Skip past the first 10 minutes. It's him explaining himself, blah, 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 and then get into it. But it's just a beautiful one. As you guys get more and more powerful, you won't need to use those types of things. You'll just put music on and use your own words. And everybody has that, beautiful power of just tapping into saying, hey, have a big breath. How about we ground today? Like you don't have to go to a meditation course or a hypno course to have intention and love behind your words. Just utilize your innate wisdom. Yeah. Any questions, my beautiful Reiki 1 practitioners? No? Good. Well, I think we're done. I did book out extra time because I honestly had no idea how long it was going to take, but that's your 2 attunements. Please contact everyone. You can keep chatting in the little Reiki 1 group. Obviously, you don't have to put it in the big group, but if you wanted to, I'd love for you to tag me though if you do decide to do a special or do some Reiki, or hey Nicole, I actually did it, because otherwise I will not see it. I'm a part of that many groups and different things, so always tag, because I get super proud of every single one of you when you do something. I'm like, oh my god, like, yeah, I love it. I love celebrating all your wins. And yeah, and I will get the certificates to you. I promise I will. I will try and make it a priority. I forgot the other girls last week. And then I'll PDF, like make a PDF and you can just print them. Yeah. Love it. Amazing. All right, well, I'm going to have a much needed break because I've got another phone call in 1 hour and 15. So I'm going to go see my fan bam because I'm literally going into 7-day study. But if anybody needs me, I'm available early mornings and late evenings. So yeah.
Katie, can I ask you, where are you? That looks beautiful.
Yeah, it does. Where are you? You're up in Queensland, aren't you?
Yeah. You're muted.
You're muted, Katie.
I'm in Ravensbourne.
Ravensbourne. Beautiful.
Yeah, it's just stunning. I have always had a calling to move to Queensland. Always had a calling, so you never know. You never know your luck, guys. Might move up there one day.
I'm sending you love and relaxation from the forest.
Oh, it's just divine. Like, seriously, what better place to go get your energy healing? And that's the other thing. Why would you not be creative?
That's where I'm doing them.
I know, but that's what I mean.
Outdoors.
Why would you not like then do an outdoor Reiki healing? Like, why would you not say, hey guys, I'm doing outdoor energetic healing in the forest. Come and have a session with me.
I'm doing outdoor everything healing. I'm bringing children to the forest.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. So, be creative with it, guys. Like, you can make games out of it. It doesn't just have to be traditional. That's why I call you, like, kids energetic healers as well, because they feel it. When you're, every single one of you is glowing now as well. Like, there's a different shift in you. So why would you not? Like, why would you not share that with the people in your life and your clients as well? Yeah.
Love you, Nick.
Love you guys. Thank you so much. I'll add up I will put the recordings in the group though, so you can go back and watch it if you want to have the attunements again. They're both recorded, so yeah, it's all in there.
Thanks.
Alrighty.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Bye.